Okay, the geniuses will see us now.
I'm a pro.
He's very unprofessional.
Very unprofessional.
These are our newly arrived surgeons, Doctors Trowbridge and Greenbaum.
Doctor?
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 We're not doctors.
Are you sure they can handle this?
Oh, we can handle it. We're professionals.
You'll forgive us if we're not instilled with confidence.
Potentially unprofessional pieces of content.
What's up, guys?
This is new. I'm not used to this.
Welcome back to the show. We are two anonymous medical residents. Well, one of them,
no,
who give you our unfiltered thoughts and the latest scoop on events in health, medicine, and mental health, and we give it all to you for free because that's how we are.
Exactly, I love it.
And I'm Dr. Trevor,
and Dr. Ken.
And welcome.
It's been a break. You know, how long has it been since the last one?
Dude, it's been a minute. I've posted a few with other people who are not Dr. Ken.
Cheating on me.
Yep. But it's been a minute for sure.
What have you been up to in that time? How many have you posted since before?
I don't know, man. I don't keep track of that shit. But we got some views. I did one with Miss Bratton, and she is like a sex expert person, and dude, it was like the most risque podcast of all time, but she knows her shit. She's like really knows her shit, and I think we all learned something, and it got views because she actually has people who watch her, and she posted on her shit, and some people like went through the YouTube link and looked.
So hold on, what did she teach you? Did she teach you anything about like how to become better in performance or?
Yeah, I think it was. What did she teach me? Like some mindset type shit, like kind of like what a woman wants, and just like kind of what a man wants. Like she brought it up, like, yo, a man really just wants you like to be reassured that he's doing well in bed.
100%.
Because if she's doing that, even a stupid way, like, you're doing so good, it feels so good, like that's all you need to do in an unconvincing voice, and he's just gonna be like, let's go, and you'll have like the best sex ever because he's just ready to go. Yeah,
that's
so
hilarious.
That's one thing, but
you know, that's just like, I think encompasses everything that men want. So I think she knows her shit when she said that.
Yeah, well, also a hot girl, but yeah.
She's a sex therapist or what?
I just call her that. I don't know. I think she has 0 credentials, but she's like a sex expert.
She's actually a porn star.
Yeah, she's a porn. Yeah, it's Mia Khalifa or whatever the fuck her name is.
She said, "I've been out of the business for a while, bro. You need to like become more up to date with your porn
I'm not
stars."
up to date with my shit. Yeah. I just use my imagination like I'm in the medieval ages.
Surprisingly, I am not even up to date with like who's new now. So
I know that's like your thing.
I know.
And you got anything for us today, buddy? Guy?
Just it's been a while, man. How's life treating you?
There's been nothing in the news lately. Life has been treating me well. No unforeseen pregnancies.
Oh.
Nothing crazy like that. And so I'm sailing pretty high.
What have you been doing at home?
I mean, applying for, there was like an unanticipated not pregnancy, but opening in emergency medicine. And so I applied to that, and I've had to get all my shit in order for that. And just lots of emails. I got into hockey, been buying like equipment for it. Did like an eval, fucking got placed C1, bitches. It's like one of the worst spots. And yeah, man. And then I just started editing that video again today, so that should be posted in a day or two, which I'm stoked about.
How's the hockey league? Any 40-year-olds that never grew up?
I'm sure. I mean, 40's pretty old, but I'm sure there's some.
Their ankles are breaking on the ice.
Cause my brother, he's been in his team for the second longest of anyone on the whole squad.
Oh, wow.
And he's not 40, so there's not gonna be a lot of 40-year-olds.
Your brother just doesn't want to move on, huh? Your brother was like, I
You always
peaked-
paint it as such a sad picture, but it's just like people doing a sport that they enjoy.
Your brother was like, I peaked on this hockey team and I'm never fucking leaving. I'm gonna die
Exactly.
on this ice.
That's what it is. Yeah, this is the only place I feel alive. That's essentially what's going on here.
That's
Can we talk about Roe versus Wade, or are you going somewhere?
No, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, bro, Roe versus Wade, man. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are,
Finally,
I
the
mean-
Republicans have done something good.
yeah,
I think it's
exactly.
time we take. People are having sex willy-nilly, and we did change that.
We really need
And
to
I think this
prevent
is
it
the way.
unless their name is Dr. Trevor. And as someone who's taken full advantage of this abortion,
Plan B.
able state when it comes to Plan B, if you consider that abortion and a literal abortion, I would like to declare that it is unacceptable for anyone to use it. Now that I probably won't do it as much anymore. So,
You should probably stock up before they take that away as well.
good point. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Wow.
Life-
Everyone, stock up. Get your supplies. It's going to be like toilet paper when COVID hit. Get those Plan Bs. You know it. You heard it
actually,
here first.
I didn't think of that until now, but if they say life begins at conception, then as soon as the egg meets the sperm, there's
Bro, that's
life.
too. They're not going to say that, though, are they? That's so
That's what
quick.
they've been saying, right? Life begins
Really?
at conception. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
So, even using Plan B, I think would count.
As soon as you get that shit in there, it's just over?
Man, it's pretty draconian, these laws. I don't know if you read into it, but miscarriages are criminal now. Ectopic
That's
pregnancies
crazy.
are criminal.
Is
You can
that's
go
what
to
the
jail for
bill
that.
says? That's what the bill says?
That's what I saw on Twitter. All right,
Okay.
I did surface level reading into this. It doesn't really affect me that much.
Yeah.
I know what I value, and then this kind of goes against it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm against it.
Yeah, it's kind of completely unacceptable, but
But then there's a lot of other things you can't abort your baby if it was a result of rape, things like that. There's
yeah. All that
actually
shit's
one.
fucking insane.
I saw one lady who's running for Republican, some type of government position, and she said, I was a product of rape. My mom was raped and had me at 11, and if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be born. So we
Oh,
need people
so
with
she's-
common sense values.
So she's like, we need more rapists.
Yeah, she's like, we
That's
should be
cool.
able to abort, otherwise I wouldn't be here. I was like,
We
wow,
need more
that's,
people like my dad. In fact, I brought him here today. Come in here, Dad.
It's actually on Zoom because he's in prison still. But
Oh. He's like,
But,
hey guys, thank you. It's enough applause. I appreciate it, but just doing my job for humanity.
But apparently, you can go to jail for 10 years for an abortion,
Wow.
and for rape, it's only a 5-year sentence. But even then, it's not even
Oh.
that. That guy Brock Turner, who was a university student, he raped some girl. He didn't even go to jail. It really depends. I think this all leads back to one thing.
Tell
All
me.
of this is just to oppress people of color. Eventually this is what it's going to go to. Women and people of color are going to get oppressed because of the way things are going.
I'm on board. Do you hear that?
You're on board against it, or
Do you hear
you're
that?
like,
This is the. Do you hear that?
oh shit, there's a baby.
This is
in
the
here.
zygote 3 seconds after conception.
The heartbeat, Bill.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
3 seconds.
That's actually sick.
Yeah.
Um,
Full functioning cardiac muscle.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of I don't know. All joking aside, I'm very against it.
I mean, it's so unacceptable. I can't even believe it's happening.
It honestly, it seems like we're in the 1800s. Even in Sharia law, they allow abortions up in the first trimester, or the mom's life is at risk. And here, you're not allowed to abort for any reason.
Right, and Muslims
and-
are the worst. So if
I
we're
know,
dropping
bro.
below that, then
Look at me, bro. Is there anyone worse than me? And the answer is no.
a Canadian
And I say
Muslim,
it's bad. Yeah.
it's tough to find.
Yeah, dude. Just terrible overall.
Well, we can do male contraception instead.
Oh yeah.
'cause
I've been hearing about this.
recently, There's been an article that came out. I'm gonna share it as well. No, I'm not. A non-hormonal pill could soon expand men's birth control options. So, before there was only condoms or vasectomy. That was it. And then there was like
Wait, you're missing one.
FSH-LH. There was FSH-LH. Oh, you're talking about abstinence?
Well, that and the pull-out method.
Pull-out method, yeah, which is a method and is like I think 80% effective, even if you're really, really good.
Yeah. No one's got that willpower though.
No one's got that willpower, including your boy. Condoms, vasectomy, pull-out method. And then there's like FSH-LH suppression, which doesn't really work and has insane side effects. But there's a new one, and it doesn't have all these side effects, which is the worst part of all that. And it also feels good because you don't need to wear a condom, which is a win-win.
Nothing better than that.
They targeted retinoic acid receptor alpha. It's a protein of 3 nuclear receptors that bind to retinoic acid. So that's a form of vitamin A. And that matters because it plays an important role in cell growth, differentiation, and embryonic development. So sperm formation gets fucked up, embryonic development gets fucked up, essentially.
Before
fucked up probably
conception.
isn't the best words for that, but so yeah, it knocks those out, knocks that like protein out, and then it's made male mice sterile without any obvious side effects.
Whoa. They're going to get cancer right after it releases.
Yeah, well now, they're going to be like a pulsating mass of cancer. When given orally to male mice for 4 weeks, it dramatically reduced sperm counts and was 99% effective in preventing pregnancy. And then this is the nice part: the mice could father pups again 4 to 6 weeks after they stopped receiving the compound. So it doesn't make them permanently sterile. And the research will be presented at the American Chemical Society soon. So yeah, it's kind of sick actually.
I've heard that this is like almost cleared for use in Europe. Do you know if that's true?
Really? No, I'm not sure.
That's what
I
I've
mean,
heard.
I don't even think that they've done human tests yet. So for it to be almost cleared in Europe is insane. But Europeans do your thing.
But they're very like progressive.
They're very progressive. You know what? We'll ride on the backs of that. You guys take it. We'll see if any fucking crazy shit happens, and then we'll try it.
I'm being abstinent, bro. You know that. There's nothing more effective than abstinence.
Yeah? Is that on purpose or?
I'm becoming an incel.
Yeah. Is that on purpose or?
My views against women have changed, bro.
You're anti-women?
I've
You've
become
always been that way,
anti-women,
though.
yes.
Nothing's changed.
It's become more radicalized, I think.
Homeless women.
I have a funny story.
Tell me.
So, you know how I like to go on Reddit.
Did you just say how black people on Reddit?
No, you know how I like to go on Reddit.
Okay, yes, I know it.
Well, the med school subreddit is a gold mine. And there was recently a lot of controversy going on because one of the posts was pretty alarming. The title was, "Holy shit, one of my classmates put his mouth on a standard patient's breast during an examination today."
What?
And no, I'm not joking.
No way. Just to get a little milk? Like what? What is the context?
Let me read you the.
What the
So
fuck?
apparently he did it earlier today in a simulated clinic where we were practicing breast exams. Encounter was immediately stopped and he was asked to leave. He's been telling everyone it was because he was always goofing off while practicing the exam with his girlfriend. And the ingrained habit just popped out at the worst time. Word has been spreading like wildfire. I didn't see it, but a few of my friends are in his little group and did. I'm Australian, by the way, so no real COVID restrictions anymore. He's definitely going to be expelled, and I'm honestly scared he's going to kill himself. Who would want to be known as a medical student who put the titty in his mouth?
And so this was a simulated thing? It wasn't an actual patient?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
simulated
at least
patient.
it wasn't an actual patient. 'Cause it's
I don't know if it
literally
makes it
sexual
any
assault.
better, bro.
I think it does.
I think
but
it's still sexual assault.
of a plastic object. Dude, yeah, it's...
I'm checking for lumps.
Yeah, hey, in his defense, there's no better sensation than on your lips. It is the finest sensation you can have, I believe. I think it's more fine than fingers.
That's true. Yeah, I think I
So,
would agree with you.
He's just really trying to get an idea. So I
You know,
respect
the
the effort.
The comments have been pretty crazy, but I think we should just chalk this up to like an honest mistake. Because
What? Chalk it up to what?
an honest mistake. you know,
I don't know
boys
about
being
all that.
boys, right?
I don't know. I think we're going a little far.
Boys will be boys, bro. Come on. Can anyone
you're-
disagree with that?
Maybe you are changing a little bit, or maybe just becoming more Dr. Ken. But
No. Let me ask you this, bro.
sure, tell me.
You're in bed, all right? You have a girl
I'm in bed.
over.
Okay.
She takes her top off.
Oh yeah.
What do you
Good
do?
girl.
What do you do with the titty? You know, where does it go?
What do I do with the titty?
Yeah.
I have a titty in my hand. What do I do with it?
Yeah.
I throw it out the window. What the fuck? What a weird question.
There's only one answer, bro.
I pet it. I pet it like a little cat.
All right. Well, there's two right answers. You know,
Oh,
it belongs in
was
your
that
mouth,
one of
and I
them?
think, yeah, that was definitely one of the right answers. But it belongs in your mouth. Obviously, everyone knows that.
Okay.
And you know,
so
he
that
just
kid got it right.
yeah. And you know, maybe it wasn't totally appropriate for the situation, but I think he's gonna learn from this, and he'll be better moving forward.
That's all you had on that?
Yeah.
He just did it right? Okay.
Anyone, but I'll challenge you to
Okay,
tell me
challenge
how
me.
this can be taken in another perspective, because I don't think it's possible.
Oh, to take it into like a perspective where he's like innocent?
Where he's like, you know, at fault. I don't think there's anything wrong.
Oh,
with
where
this
he's
guy.
at fault?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the default view? Like the man had no reason to put a titty in his mouth, and he did. And if
Let
you
me
can't
just
show that
explain
kind
it
of
again.
restraint, okay, go ahead.
Let me explain it again. Boys will be boys. All right.
It's true though; they fucking will be boys, won't they? God damn it! I hate it, but you're always right, man. It's fucking
Can't
insane.
argue with that. Eh?
God
It was actually
damn.
funny. My sister went to school with this guy, and he was actually caught doing that too.
What? To a simulated thing?
No, not simulated. To a real patient. He's actually lost his license, and he is getting sued.
No way.
Yeah.
He put his mouth on a titty of a real patient. Was she unconscious?
I don't know if she was unconscious, but that was it, and it was usually young kids.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Why does it? That makes it so much worse.
I know.
Oh, man.
It happens, bro. I'm telling you.
That's fun.
In that case, you know, boys will be boys. I don't know if it really
Oh
applies.
come on.
But
Okay,
you know,
okay.
but you know, this one definitely does.
Yeah, we get to pick and choose when boys will be boys, and that is
Yeah.
not one of the times.
But it's funny because my sister told me that like this guy was a total narcissist. So she was like, everyone like expected it to come from him, and it was super obvious when we heard it. That you
That's
know,
so
it's
weird.
sometimes it's always a person you suspect. You know, there's no
Yeah,
there's no deeper layer than
Yeah,
that.
usually people are like, you know, "Hey, so you knew the perpetrator, you know, they're like interviewing. Did you think that he could have done such a thing? Oh my God, I had no idea. He comes to our cookouts. We have I had no idea that he could murder 3 people, you know, and I guess
Yeah.
here it is, the most obvious person. Yeah, pretty confident he would kill a guy. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he would put a titty in his mouth. If
He
given
was,
the opportunity.
you know, he never left his apartment. He was always like a loner. I've never seen anyone come. He has a lot of swords in his place.
Yeah, and they always have blood on them. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, he's always talking about how he could get away with murder, but I never saw this coming. So
Yeah, exactly.
the evidence was there, but I was blind to it.
Speaking of murdering people, I went on a date with somebody the other day before I left New York.
When was this?
and this was this was like 2 weeks ago, I think, or maybe 2.5 weeks ago, and I left New York a week ago ish. And I don't know why I went on this date, because I'm never gonna see this person again, and I didn't really want a one night stand, so I'm like, what the fuck.
Whoa.
But anyway, I mean,
You're
I just
setting
like,
it up for when you go back, right?
maybe honestly, like unconsciously, I might have been doing that. I might have.
Maybe you were bored, bro. Maybe it was just like.
Or maybe I was just bored and
interaction.
just needed like attention or something. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did it, and so I go on the stage. The girl's pretty cute. I'll give the quick on the first part. It was the weirdest first interaction. I go into this bar. I'm waiting. She comes in. I usually just buy my own drink, so I have my own drink, and then I usually let the girl buy one herself, just in case it doesn't work out. I don't
And
wanna
then you
fucking
spike
throw
it,
money
right?
at it. And then I put a roofie in it, and continue on. No,
Then you drink it yourself.
yeah. Oh no, I want to try your drink, and I chug the whole thing after, and then I pass out, within 30 minutes.
I know
And then
that's
she's just
successful, mate.
confused. Yeah. We
Doesn't
just
make
end the
any
story
fucking
there.
sense.
That's way better than my story. And then she starts just chugging her drink. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
are you okay? Like, she's like, oh yeah, I'm fine. And she keeps chugging, and I'm like, did something happen? I'm like so confused. She's like, well, you didn't pay for my drink, and I'm like, oh, okay. And like, so why are you chugging it? And she's like, well, because I have to drink my drink before I leave. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then she like walks out, and I'm like, okay, and I guess kind of walk after her. Anyway, I convince her to like, all right, well, I'll do the girly girl thing. We'll like go to another bar. She's like, okay. And then whatever, I buy her a drink at the next bar, but I come in with a beverage from the last place. Because I'm not just going to throw that shit away. So I come in, you're not supposed to do that. I come in, I'm like, well, my options are to throw the shit away, which I'm not going to do. Or I can go to the table and just, sneakily drink it. Or I can, which most people are not going to do, go up and tell the bartender, hey, I'm bringing a drink in here that's not from here. And that's what I did. So I'm like, hey, guys, just, I brought in a drink. And I don't ask them, hey, can I bring this drink in here? Because they're going to say fucking no. But I'm like, I have brought this beverage in here. Is it I'm going to drink it. Is it okay if I drink it? And they're like, oh, no, you can't. You have to throw it away. And they're like, you know what? Because you're being honest, you seem cool as shit. And then they like poured it in a glass for me.
All right, I think you ad-libbed that second part.
No, I would not do that. I do not add
You seem cool as shit.
to my stories.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, in all honesty, they literally said that. It's not even important to the story, but they did pour it into the drink, and then I drank it. And then my date's like, oh, do you like that you did that? Like, do you always just like tell the truth? I'm on some like Abraham Lincoln shit. I'm like, yes. And then, I mean, so the moral of the story here is if you're just like brutally honest, then it can go your way. Everyone around you who sees it can kind of be like, oh, that's some dope shit. And then you can become Abraham Lincoln or George Washington.
And then she went home with you or no?
No, unsuccessful.
That impressed her so much that she was like, yo, I need you in my life.
Yeah, and she's like, Dr. Trevor, please come back with me.
George, where are you going?
Abe.
That's hilarious. There was no need to tell a person. I don't know why you even did that.
I disagree. I mean, we sat like right in front of the bar, and I had a drink. Like he's gonna see it, and he, I don't. It's like he could come up and tell me to throw it away, and now I look like a dumbass in front of this girl, and I've like lost my drink. So it's two things I don't want.
But then,
what do you mean?
When they tell you to throw it away, that's when you chug it and destroy the evidence. Like,
yeah, but you're an asshole and I'm not. So it like you see what's happening here.
I think it's the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's impressive that you went and told her.
The audience doesn't know that though.
Good for you, bro. Good for you.
Thanks, man. I mean, it's just usually the move. People respect honesty.
Are you gonna have a chance to go use your skills that you've developed at home?
Indeed, I
Or
will.
are you still in the middle of bumfuck nowhere?
I mean, I'm not in the middle of nowhere. I'm close enough to the city that I can use the skills that I've acquired over time, and I will. But right now, I'm just kind of doing my thing. I'm an incel like you.
Let me ask you this.
Talk to me.
Do you think in the past year, you have went on more dates or made more friends that you still keep in touch with?
Do dates count with people you like know and are seeing? It's only per person, right?
What do you mean?
Like, so, because like let's say I see this girl 3 times, does that count as a date each time? Because in that case, for sure,
No,
dates.
no.
Okay.
Different people.
Oh, okay. Oh, like first dates, you're saying?
Yeah, just like the amount of people that you went on a date with, all versus the amount of people that you've
Become
made
friends with. That's pretty big though, because like
Yeah.
going on a first date with someone is a one-time on and off thing, whereas making a friend, you can't just make a friend in like in one time meeting them, right? You have to like.
I'm just wondering. It's why are you getting defensive?
No, I'm just trying to define what you're asking.
Okay.
I'm guessing first dates because I don't have a lot of. I only have a few friends. Even like people who, even like I have acquaintances and shit, but I made acquaintances, but I don't think I have like good friends from it.
You become a lone wolf, bro.
Think so?
A lone wolf who, yeah. Do you enjoy the life, or do you think it's it's coming unbalanced.
I mean, in New York,
They're
it felt like
forcing
I
too
was
much on one than the other.
in New York. Maybe it felt like it was a little bit unbalanced because I got like pretty lonely, especially when clinicals were done. Because then I was just like editing every day alone. I was like, fuck, dude, I'm like not talking to anybody. But now that I'm back home with my brother, bro, it's fucking solid. Although I haven't been on any dates.
The boys are back.
The boys are back.
Hmm.
But yeah, no. Sometimes you got to get on balance to fucking get good at something, though. You know, like it just kind of is what it is. People try to maintain balance, even though they're fucking like, I'm gonna become a master class at this. It's like, good fucking luck, man. That's like not in the cards.
I just asked that because since I've come home, like, it's been amazing. I think I want for nothing, man. It's nice when I come back. I still have a lot of people who I can talk to. And, back in New York, it was like lonely. There's not too many people.
Right.
I think there was like you and Anastasia, and even then you were like far. So not too much. And here it's like people are super close. It's more accessible because I can drive everywhere. And like I've wanted for nothing. Like I haven't felt lonely like at all since I've been back. It's been really nice. I've been living my best life, like you can just go do things. You have money. Everything is super cheap here. A lot of things are free. So it's like a completely different experience than like living in New York.
Yeah, dude. I feel the same way. But with that said, you have to also take in the fact that you have much of a less workload. Like you have gotten your fill of New York just before this. You've gotten your fill of being with a significant other right before this. So it's like if you hadn't had those things, you might have gone back home and been like, damn, I still want a girl right now, or damn, like I didn't party at all, like, so it's hard to say like, okay, now you're in the perfect place. You could have easily just gotten your fill of that shit and you were kind of out of balance. Now you're balancing out again. And then soon you'll be getting out of balance again the other way. So,
yeah, I think once I go back to New York,
right now it's nice.
It'll be like I have no friends and no girl. So
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
completely out of balance, eh?
Yeah, but then you bounce back again. That's life, man, and it's good.
I gotta learn how to make friends again. It's been so long since I've had to meet new people that like I think it's gonna be hard.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think that it'll be that hard. I think maybe you'll be nervous at first, but you'll be fine. Vast majority of people will be just fine.
Do you want to hang out with me sometime?
So you want to Ken, you want to play some with me? Do you want to play sometime?
I have video games that you can come over to my place, and if it's not,
what kind of things do you do for fun?
Oh, you know what's so funny? Let me tell you. Do you remember this small Asian guy? I'm gonna say his name on the pod because I know what's gonna annoy him.
Is it Dr. Ken? Is that what you're?
No. Do you know Byung from like the old hospital?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway, he was. So I got an email from like my program, and there's like, "Hey, everyone, we need your phone numbers because it didn't transfer from ERAS." And I hate when people reply all, because how old do you have to be for one, and secondly, like just go to reply. There's no reason to reply all. So I get a reply all, which is already a bad sign, from Mr. Myung. He is like 5'4", Korean kid. Height is not important. It doesn't.
What does this height and race have to do with anything, Dr. Ken? We're trying to get away from that.
It relates in this case. He really plays into his height. He pretends like he's like a 5-year-old kid. Like he dresses like that. His clothes are way too big. The nurses were like, "Are you 13?" when I was working with him. So he really like gives himself into it. So like, how can you get mad at this person who's like just a baby? He used to make him tiny and hide behind the other students when we had like rounds. And
that's his move, huh?
Yeah, I was pissed. And this is the guy that like told one of the attendings that he loved him. Super weird, super awkward guy.
That's amazing. Yo, I might have to do that sometime. That's pretty funny.
The reason I said he was Korean because I don't understand a fucking word he says, bro. Like he talks too much, first of all, and it's all like bullshit stuff, but he has to repeat himself like 3 times. I remember one time we were like in OB clinic, and we're standing outside a room. The attending's in the room. There's too many people. The patients were in there. And he's like, starts talking to me like if I like fast food. And I didn't understand what he was saying. Every time he said it, he got louder. The attending's like looking over at us and he's like, "Why are you guys talking?" And so I was like, "What are you saying?" And he's like, "Do you like fast food?" And I was like, "All right, we don't need to talk about this now."
What, are you on a date with him?
The most
Do you like marbles? What
The
do you
most-
like?
awkward guy, and I'm really upset that he's in my class. And it's funny because I was emailing the hospital a couple of weeks ago, like, hey, I'm looking for a roommate. And he's the one that replied to me and said, hey, I'm
No.
looking for a roommate. And I was like,
Wait, so he's in your internal medicine residency class?
yeah.
Oh wow.
And it
How
was
did it
so
feel to get placed with him? You're on the same level.
I really hope he's like the worst in our class because this guy's so stupid. He wanted diagnostic radiology, and I'm really hoping he got it. And this is just a prelim year for him. If not, I really don't want to spend the next 3 years with this guy.
Damn, he'd have to have those test scores though.
Yeah, I think he was like smart, but just socially, he's really stupid. Like he doesn't pick up hints and like can't read social cues. Like I think our entire group like hated him.
I bet his actions per minute on StarCraft are fucking bonkers. Though.
Yeah. Hi. That's how he said hi.
I don't know him.
He was good friends with Isaiah, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were in surgery together, and they would go for like drinks and pizza and shit after. Yeah.
I'm gonna do my next pod with well, we're not supposed to call him that anymore. I'm gonna do my next pod with what do we call? Oh, Gabriel.
Mhm. I think he said it. It's been long enough, and we can just use his name. Honestly.
Really? I think you're
Yeah.
just putting words in his
No,
mouth,
he
but-
said that. I think he said that in a message once. He said he listened to the
okay.
pod and like just use my name now, and I was like, okay.
Wow.
I actually
bold.
forgot about that
Okay.
till now. Let me ask you this.
Did
man.
you? Okay, hit me.
Obviously, medicine sucks sometimes. You obviously as a resident, but let's say you're finished residency. What's your dream application of medicine?
Dream application? Oh, like
Yeah.
the way I could apply medicine?
Yeah. Like you're an EM doc. Where do you work?
In space.
Oh shit! I don't think they need you guys up there, but
Oh,
it's sick.
shit.
Let's say it's the things that are like existing at this moment.
Oh,
Not like
I mean, I thought there's a space force or something.
yeah. That's on the ground though.
Let's see. Of things that are existing?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'll be going for that anyway, right? Because why wouldn't I go for my ideal?
Well, like I think most people
I'm
just
not
go
sure.
work at the hospital.
Okay.
But like
Yeah,
there's a
I
bunch
mean,
of things like
that is kind of my ideal. I don't know what else I would do.
but like you could work for a sports team. You could work for a cruise ship,
Okay.
a cargo ship. I don't know. All my ideas are at
Okay.
sea actually, but things like that. Just like things that are not orthodox. You'd be like the only person. Or like working for a
I could
small
work
town
for
even.
the Scientology C.org ship that just fucking.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool.
the yearly Scientology getaway. You'd work for them.
Yeah,
You'd
why
see
not?
some- you'd
Fuck
see
it.
Tom Cruise,
That's my
dude.
ideal. Yeah, I would see Tom Cruise. I would see Michael Jackson resurrected and shit. I think that'd be pretty cool. Xenia would be there.
I think it takes a special kind of person, I think, to like do this. I think most people would be happy working at the hospital because you have a lot of like-minded people. But man, it'd be cool at least for a little while to like work for a sports team, do their
That would be sick,
physicals, like take care of their injuries, stuff like that.
Yeah. No, that'd be dope as hell. I would like to try it for sure. I don't know if that would be if I had to pick a permanent place, I'd probably pick like a hospital rather than
Yeah,
sports.
probably.
But I'd for sure want to try it. And then if I liked it, then I would want it permanent, of course. But
Do you think you'd want like a hockey team or a football team or what kind of thing?
that's a good question. I would oh man. You'd be cold all the time as in the hockey rink. No, that's not a big
well,
deal.
you wouldn't be like
I would-
there unless you wanted to.
And then football. I mean, it's only like it's not a lot of games. Whereas hockey, you're there fucking all the time because you probably have to be there in person, right?
Yeah.
But damn, I don't know. I think I would do football. It's between football and hockey for
Here's
sure.
the thing, though.
What?
Obviously, if you're in either of those things, and they're like, "Yo, Trevor, come on in the field, show us what you got."
Bro, you know I'm doing that.
Which one are you
Fucking
doing?
Tara
Football
Hammy, baby.
or hockey?
I mean, I'm better at football for sure, but
Okay.
hockey because that's kind of what I'm into now.
Yeah.
Also, what are you gonna do? What am I gonna get tackled? I'll be like a 35-year-old emergency medicine physician who barely works out, and I'm gonna go show them the ropes on the
Yeah.
football field, bro. I'll break my fucking hip.
They're like, "Come, we have enough 6'4", 280 people. Now we need a 5'11", 6 foot, 170."
We need the emergency backup linebacker to come out here.
They want you to be a QB. Show us what you got.
Oh,
Show
dude,
us
I'd
that
throw
cannon.
three pick sixes, and just fucking walk out on my own accord. No, hockey for sure.
I've been thinking I want to, like, you know, once I finish, go to some like underserved ass area, like, you know, small villages where they have no medical care, and like do what I can, and like.
I was talking to a guy at the last hospital I was at. Honestly, maybe the coolest resident I've ever met ever. He's like eccentric and like fucking wild, but so smart, so fucking smart. He would like run circles around you, I swear.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, and he does lots of drugs. None of that's pertinent to the story, but he was like, he's in his 4th year, and he was going to, in like a month, because they're gonna be done, a little Arizona village, and they're gonna pay him like almost $400,000 for the year, and yeah, he'll be like the the EM doc. He'll be the guy. And yeah, it's pretty dope. I mean, it's not like a fucking village, you know. We're not dealing with savages here, but it's the closest thing to that.
Yeah, you know, it's actually crazy here too in Saskatchewan, because family physicians do everything. Like, there's a very low demand for orthopedic surgeons, and so, and there's a very high demand for EM docs because there's so few. But like the residency spots don't reflect that. And so my friend was working at a small town up north, and you know, I'm already north as hell, but if you go any more north, there's like very few people. So this is like an hour north. I think it was a community of like 4,000 people, and there's a delivery once a week for which the family physician's on call. The emergency department is run by the family physician, and then he also sees outpatient things. So basically he's covering 4 fields, which is OB, Peds, FM, and EM. Crazy. They handle like the health of the entire town, basically.
Yeah, no, that's wild. I mean, the town's not huge, but that's crazy that they like have control over all of it. You know,
he doesn't have to do like too much for each thing, but like the the volume of things he's seeing is probably huge, and like the diversity. It's that guy probably knows more than like most physicians do, just from that experience.
He's got to be well rounded as fuck.
Yeah.
MySpace. Did you hear, Dr. Ken, about the chiropractor who supposedly saved a man on an airplane?
Oh my god!
Do you see him? He's like
yeah.
adjusting. He's like adjusting this guy.
It was
He
like...
says, "No
Sorry,
wait, just
go
let me read it. What can the power of one adjustment do, Dr. Ken? This person started experiencing a heart attack during the flight back we were on today. After 2 oxygen tanks down, there was nothing else." Dude, I love how he sets the fucking stage like a real hero. He is a hero. There is nothing else left to do as 5 MDs, fucking 5 doctors, 2 EMTs, 1 nurse. He should have probably went like a nurse, EMTs, then doctors, but gathered around wishing the symptoms will get better. Just wishing, bro. Just fucking with their thoughts. Just like doing some Dragon Ball Z shit. The pilot was contemplating an emergency landing. After explaining to his wife how removing the interference in his nervous system can save his life, she gave me the consent to adjust her husband. You ever interfere with nervous system shit?
I
Doctor?
try not to. I think it's doing a pretty good job, so I leave it as it is.
Shortly afterwards, his breathing and heart rate returned back to normal. To all my fellow chiropractors out there, we honor the creator's design. We know the potential in the body is limitless. Is that what chiropractors believe in? I thought they...
I don't know, bro.
Remember, you didn't choose chiropractic. Chiropractic chose you. Damn, dog. You were called for a time like this.
Whoa, that's amazing.
It's fucking epic, dude.
So inspiring.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that?
This is.
You gonna give chiropractors a bigger shot in your?
You know, this
you gonna
is so
start
funny.
recommending chiropractors to your patients? Or?
Hell no. This was
Dude,
on
why?
the residency subreddit, and apparently this guy got so much slack for this that he took the post down. Rightly so, because I think he's spreading a lot of misinformation. The treatment for a heart attack is not oxygen. Like, I don't know what this guy had, but if a neck adjustment fixed it, it's not a heart attack. I don't know. It's just so weird. Maybe his neck was spasming or something, and that's why he was in pain. But this is definitely not a heart attack. I don't know why people post bullshit.
You think
like
he
this.
lied on the internet?
It's unheard of, but I think this might be like one situation where that might have been the case. It's weird, man.
Yeah, it's possible, but
think why-
you're full
I don't
of
understand why people like jerk themselves off like this. Like, it's so unbelievable.
Apparently it works, man. I mean, this is obviously. I mean, hey, man, this might get him. Even how silly this shit is, this might get him a bunch of publicity, and now he's like in the fucking business. You know what I mean? All it took was one really, really retarded post, and now he's fucking got patience. Like,
And how
I think
the
that's how some
dumbest
of this stuff
people-
works.
The dumbest people in the world are like, all right, you're having a heart attack. We need to get you a chiropractor ASAP.
I mean, yeah, it's not good for the world. I'm just saying it's good for this guy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's good for this guy because I think he also deleted his account, but I guess I'll have to see that later.
Damn, did he delete his account? He just got all this publicity.
He got a lot of hate.
I'm sure he did.
He said there's no such thing as like bad publicity, but I think this is like one of
Yeah.
the rare instances where it is.
I don't know about that, dude. He's a chiropractor. Like, how fucking bad could it hurt his like business? Like, if you're a doctor, I think it could significantly impact your shit. But because you have a medical degree, that's like, you know. But a chiropractor?
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
like, I don't know.
Chiropractors are
I think
also
he's
some
gonna
kind
be
of
fine.
doctors, man. Some fake kind of doctors.
Are they actually a doctor? Like, are they like?
I think they're a doctor
What even?
of
Who even
chiropractic.
decides who's a fucking doctor and who isn't?
You
I
know-
was in Central Park not Central Park, Washington Square Park. I was doing another fucking bit before I left New York, and I was like interviewing this guy, and he called himself a doctor like 8 times. I'm like, what? And he just decided he's a doctor, which is totally right. I mean, why you could just decide you're a doctor at any time.
Yeah.
Like, who makes that fucking rule?
They give the title out too loosely. I think it should be much harder to get it.
Yeah, can't you just submit some papers and be like a doctor or something? Like, because you need a master, right?
Yeah, you need a Wait, no, you need a PhD to be a doctor.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the
Yeah.
difference between PhD and a master?
I don't know. I think they're pretty much similar, but PhD is just longer.
Oh, okay.
I'm not too sure how it works, but they're too loose with that title. Or honestly, that title, I guess like we should start changing and being like, yeah, I'm a medical doctor.
Yeah,
so
probably.
people
Yeah,
know.
probably should be like medical doctor should be like medical doctor, and then there should be like, I don't know, some other type of shit.
To
and then
avoid
you're like,
to
okay.
avoid confusion, we should just say I'm an MD, and everyone else should just say I'm a PhD or whatever,
Yeah, that's fair. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that seems reasonable.
or PharmD, pharmacy doctor.
It's not even to take away from PhD. It's just to be like, look, it's not a medical
not the
doctor.
same.
Because when they fucking go on the microphone on the airplane, it's like, is there any doctors on board? Any doctors, please come to the front. And then the fucking, you know,
The music
women's
doctors and
studies, PhD student. Nothing against women's studies. Comes
Nothing
up to the
against
fucking
music.
front of the plane. Like, I don't know if she's gonna be able to, he or she is going to be able to do much, you know. Or, you know, the chiropractor comes up too, and it's like, all right, guys, you know, interfere with this man's nervous system. Let's fucking save him.
The women's studies major will tell you if it's a man or a woman.
Will
Or
she, though?
gender neutral.
No,
you
she'll
know?
she'll debate you on it. All right, we're going a little
Yeah,
far. We're
you
going
know,
off the rails on this one.
Nothing against that. You know.
We're gonna alienate our
Our women's
large
study,
fan
the
base.
huge women's study,
Our,
yeah.
our women's studies fan base. Oh,
I hope
shit.
not. You know, that's like the only thing.
That's the
bringing us
last thing I would
aggravating
want
right
to do.
now.
Yeah, that's the only thing keeping us afloat,
Yeah.
honestly.
That's hilarious.
Oh man.
And there should be a
So what's up?
distinction,
Absolutely.
Let me tell you
Anything else,
a
man?
funny story.
Tell me.
I don't know if I told you this before, but did I tell you the reason I didn't get into med school in Canada?
What? Say it
Did-
again?
Did I tell you the reason I didn't get into med school in Canada?
Yeah, you like peed your pants during an interview or something?
Well, that was like the first time, but then the second time.
Oh, you
The second
pooped
time I
yourself.
shit my pants, and then the third time I was wearing a diaper, and then
Let's fucking go. We're here all night, baby.
third time I wore a diaper, and so I didn't have that issue.
Nice. Good job. You
So, yeah, I don't think I told you the story, but the reason I didn't get in, so there's this guy who like, you know, tried to push me around for some reason. You know, I barely knew the guy. We had a lot of mutual friends, but this guy was so weird, man. We were playing soccer, and he's like literally shoving me, like grabbing me, pushing me to the ground, and I was like, what the fuck? And so I called him out on it. And then like after that, he was just super cold to me, super weird. And I was like, I didn't even do anything. You know, why are you being weird? And you know, one example I can think of is that like my friend and I were going to go play squash one day, and we see him. We're stopped talking to him. He doesn't even look at me. He only talks to my friend. and then he says bye to my friend and not me. And I was like, this is so weird.
Very passive aggressive. Okay.
And when we were in the interview, you know, I was going station to station because it's an MMI, and that guy was one of the actors. And so before you go into the interview, you have to say if you have any conflicts of interest. And so he should have said there was a conflict when he saw me. And so I went in the room. I was super thrown off. You know, I couldn't focus. I was like, man, this guy is like my thing. Like, this is gonna go terribly.
Couldn't you say that there's a conflict of interest or no?
Yeah, I did. So as soon as I walked in the room, I was like, you know, I know this guy. There's a conflict. And then after the room, I filled out a form like between my sessions, and I was like, hey, like, this is the conflict. You know, I think this thing should be taken out. The university didn't take it out. I did really poorly in that session, but everything else is good. So that's why, at least I think, that I didn't get in. And it was funny because he was working with my sister. He's a neurology resident now. Hate that guy, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned it. But he's a neurology resident now. He was working with my sister in psychiatry. And he, you know, they were talking, and he lives with his girlfriend now. And, you know, so it's pretty serious. And one day they were working on call, and he goes home and she goes home, and he messages her, come bite me. Yeah.
Wait. Okay, wait. Who did he message? Your sister or the
my
girl?
sister.
Come bite me?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Is that like a sexual thing? I don't understand.
I don't know if it could be taken any other way.
Maybe he meant something else? Did he mean a different word?
No. That was it. And then my sister took a screenshot of the convo, and this is on Snapchat, so it tells you when you take a screenshot. And
Okay, were they in the middle of a conversation or something?
No.
And
So he added her,
Okay.
sent that message. She took a screenshot, and then she messaged back, you know, it's too funny not to take a screenshot. And then he blocked her, deleted her, and then the rest of the rotation.
Oh, wow. Okay, that definitely makes it seem sexual then if he fucking did all that.
The rest of the rotation, he avoided her like the plague. And my sister told me about this.
What a
you know,
weird move. Come bite me? Does that work?
It's very out there, you know. I don't know. You know, he's kind of
Bold and
egotistical.
strange.
He's kind of
Okay.
egotistical, so I think he might have.
Oh, he's the guy who put the titty in his mouth?
You know, I wouldn't put it past him. But my sister told me this, and I was like, you know, maybe I'm biased here, but I think she should go report him for sexual harassment, and she needs to tell his girlfriend. And what do you think? What do you think the move is here?
Yeah, or if I was your sister?
If you were, let's say if you were my sister or me, you know, what do you think would happen?
If I was your sister, I would probably touch my boobs a little bit. And then, in this situation, I would not do shit. It's not your fucking job to tell on somebody. Like,
But bro, so, you know, when I heard this, I was like so happy. I was like, yes, you need to report this guy. Fuck this guy. You know, this guy made life so much harder for me.
Shit, you fucking snitch, dude.
But you know, I'm doing it for his benefit because my reason was that, you know, I went to SGU and my life became so much better, and like I improved so much as a person. And you know, I'm sure like telling his girlfriend and reporting him will make him better as a person as well.
That's fair. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I still think that it's up on, I don't know, it's kind of up to the girl to figure out that this guy's a piece of shit, and then maybe she should have known that before, and then she breaks up with him, and then that's the deciding factor. You know what I mean? Does it have to be a third party? Like, I don't know. For me, I just stay out of that shit. I don't know. That's just my thing. But I guess I can see, you know, fucking with him, because I mean, it could. You're right. It could help him. And being honest, you know, like I said earlier, is a big deal. But
Bro, I don't know if this went over your head or anything, but I hate this guy. I want to get revenge on him.
You're like, no. You don't understand. This is not about honesty. This is fucking petty. This is some
This is
petty
the
ass
pettiest shit ever.
I'm mistaken, and you're right.
I want nothing more. You know, if you were in my position, I think like it's a better thing. What would you want to happen?
I'd cut his dick off.
Yeah.
I think.
That was plan number one, but it's hard to get access.
But this is not a bad plan B. So nice, man. You get your revenge. We'll see how it works out.
But she didn't do it, so
She didn't.
no,
Did pull the Dr. Trevor.
I was not happy with it. But hopefully, here's my thing. Like, and then
You
she
could leak
thought this
it.
too. But like, if he did this once to someone he barely knows, he's gonna do it again.
He's gonna fuck up some other way.
Yeah. And karma's gonna come get him.
And here's
so,
the thing:
who
if
knows?
you, let's say, besides the pettiness, if you intervene, and make that shit happen, like now you're taking a lesson away from the girl, kind of who's dating him, right? Because it's like she doesn't need a third party to come in. She should be like figuring this shit out herself. Like the writing should be on the wall from like the various things she's doing, where she doesn't need a third party to come in and be like, look, did you see what he did? It should just be like, look, I don't know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
A guy can dream, bro. A guy can dream.
About revenge.
Yeah. That's all I dream.
Just
about.
watch a bunch of like revenge movies. Get your fucking taste in. for
Shawshank
that.
Redemption.
Is it a revenge? Yeah, it kind of is, right?
Kind of.
It's
The
like
Count of
a
Monte
beautiful.
Cristo.
Yeah, that's better. That's like, yeah, that's like, yeah, exactly.
That's all about
exactly what I'm
revenge.
talking about. Yeah, that whole fucking thing is. Gladiator's kind of a revenge movie, but like it's kind of not. But yeah. Anyway, on that note, do you have anything else to add for the good people out there? Any quotes? Any fucking unsolicited advice? Any quizzes?
Any
Anything?
quotes? I have an interesting quote.
Hit me.
It's completely unrelated to anything.
Okay.
But confirmed with me if this is true. If you touch your hand to a hot stove, it feels like an hour. But if you sit beside a pretty girl for an hour, it feels like a second.
That is absolutely false. No, yeah, it's 100, definfinely.
Doesn't doesn't relate.
Time
at
flies
all
when you're
to,
having
like-
fun, bro.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly.
If you fucking, yeah, I remember some philosopher dude was fucking talking, and someone asked him a question like, it feels like my life is just flying by in an instant, how do I get it to slow down? He's like, how about this? Do that thing where you sit in, like, you lay on the ground and like and then you like lift your legs up off the ground and just hold it like that for as long as you can. It's like, I bet a minute in you're gonna feel like time's moving really goddamn slow. And yeah, dude, that's part of life. Like, I remember like going through the shit back in med school, like whatever, actually doing med school, doing that shit where I was like forcing myself to go out and like interact with people even though I was exhausted and shit. Dude, those days felt like forever. Like, and you learn so much from that little bit of effort. Well, a lot of effort, but in that little bit of time, where if you just went home and played video games for 2 hours, that shit goes by like that, and you don't learn anything, and it feels like that time went by like it was nothing. Whereas if you're fucking out there grinding, bro, dude, I seriously feel like I've lived like, compared to
10
other people, like
lifetimes.
fucking 10 lifetimes. I swear to God, I've said this before. Like, when you just go through the shit, and not all of it's for everybody, and you shouldn't force yourself to do it too much. But like, I think some adversity is important for everybody. Like, if you don't experience that, you don't know what it's like to have the good shit. And man, it adds so much. Like, it adds so much. I'm so happy I went through all that. So
Yeah, I met with my buddy. I think I told you about him. Like, loves his life online. Do you remember vaguely?
I feel like that's all of your friends, but
Okay.
continue.
That's just one, but
Okay.
So I met him again for the first time in like 3 or 4 years. Haven't seen him since, and I was like, "Hey, bro, what's new?" He's like, "Nothing," and I was like,
Yeah,
"Nothing
exactly.
has changed in 3 or 4 years." He's like, "Nope, still, staying at home, doesn't have a
Damn.
job, and not doing anything."
That's
Sad,
too
dude.
bad. And that's not like all the markers of success and stuff. Like, you can be happy doing a lot of that stuff, but like, is that what you want? Like, do you feel good? I guess here's the thing: if he feels good, he feels great.
He doesn't.
Who am I to say? Yeah, see, that's the thing. I would bet a lot of money that he didn't, because that's just not how people are. You don't feel good doing that. So
You gotta grow, man. You gotta grow.
you gotta grow. If you ain't growing, you're dying.
Keep growing, keep learning. That's what I would end this with.
Never stop not quitting. You heard it here first. Maybe
Stock
second.
up on Plan B.
Stock up on Plan B. That's right. And don't stop. And then once the world goes out of supply,
And
or at
pull
least
out.
the U.S., then you can start fucking selling it to people and just pull out, dude. It's easy. Just last second it. Just buzzer beater.
to be-
and you're chilling.
Better be sorry than safe.
Everybody play sorry. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
All right. hit us up with questions or any medical shit you got for us at thatisunprofessional@gmail.com. Thatisunprofessional@gmail.com, and we'll feature it on the show, motherfucker. And
Unless it's not good, then we won't.
Unless it's not good, then we won't.
Yeah.
Because we're a fucking high quality podcast and we don't do that kind of shit.
Everything is scripted down to the second.
Absolutely. Everything is pre-planned. Every facial expression, wrinkle of the eyebrow. And we don't fuck around here. So, yeah, hit us up and tune in next week, motherfuckers. We'll let the outro music take us out, and it is extremely long. It is
nice. I think the
20 seconds,
the intro timer
30
needs to be
seconds.
3 seconds. The outro you need to speed up to 3
All right.
speed.
Okay, so we'll make everything faster. In fact, I think I'm just gonna speed up the whole episode to 3 times speed, so you guys can consume all of this in less than 20 minutes.
Talk about this a little.
Exactly. So enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.